Cracking par 4 this one. One of the longer fours on the course, dogleg from right to left. All dog legs from right to left, and the fairway tilts you the other way, so it's an awkward tee shot. Ideally you need to hit a bit of draw on it. But no one knows the way better around this course than Charlie.
Okay. You got enough cut to get round that anyway.
A lot of players, if you want to hit a bit of a draw, it's a little easier to do with a bit of loft on it, so 3 wood for Hull. It's quite a generous fairway. Normally it's a little soft, but it is drying out quite considerably.
Third, should be enough. 3, 2 in a row here. Uphill her. Perfect approach shot, and she capitalizes. Well done. It's in a time for the lead, Anita.
Six under par today, Celine Boutier. This is her approach at 16. She holds that one. She joins the lead at 8 under to Sigander at 17.
To go just underneath that little plateau. Makes it just a little trickier putt with the pace. Danielle Kang here on the first. Birdie. That was not a great effort. On 16, her second shot. Beautifully judged. Give herself just a perfect spot to try to make birdie in.
10 years since she won on the LPGA Tour. Could be a big weekend, couldn't it, for Morgan Pressel and for all these players who are in contention. Ashley Buhai, the South African, who led after 18 holes, has surrendered that lead at the moment, but she'll be getting underway shortly. Low scores out there. Millie Corder with around a 69. A group at 5 under, just 3 behind at the moment. Moria Jataga, the sister of Aria, also yet to get underway. Shibuno, fast start, 2 birdies already on the card. Here she is at the 4th.
Such a solid player. Producing very good players over in Japan. We don't see enough, as Ali was alluded to earlier, but they come out here and they always make a mark when they come out and play either the Evian or the British or So they're doing something very right.
Only ever had one Japanese winner of the AIG Women's British Open to date, back in 1984. So to the third, and Charlie.
All three players have found the fairway. Charlie the shortest of the three, so first to play.
Sorry.
175 yards, a little downhill. Whoops, what did I do? But that was. Greenkeeper's wincing. Front pin, a little bluff at the front of the green, so if you come up short, particularly to the right, it goes trundling way down the slope, so you've got to carry it all the way. There's a little bank to the left and long that you can land it in. Got to be precise to get at this flag, just on 6.
Yes, she comes out fine. A little difference than a couple of years ago when she was here. She had the nerves all through the week, but now she is ready to do it.
Go on, go on, go on. Ah.
Celine Bondier here on 16 for birdie. Just going to come a little bit down, a little fast putt. Judged it perfectly though, as far as speed goes.
So again, from the lower level here at the 17th, uphill, right to left. Just trying to get down in 2 realistically from that position. Well, we've seen that a few times today. Players leaving that well short. Past the hole, it goes away from them. They're all a bit afraid to.
Well, it's quite a right, so you have to hit it. So it kind of goes against in your brain. You have to hit it really hard and then it goes downhill. So it's one of the toughest putts I think you can have.
Two players found the green. If you can keep it to the right of where the flag is cut, you're putting up the hill. Just 163 left for the Australian.
Coming off back-to-back birdies. Mark trying to attack the 5th. Short iron in here, and wow, another good opportunity coming.
Well, it seems like they all feel like if they're not making birdies, they're going to be left behind. It's been a lot of birdies this morning, and you want to be part of it on Sunday. You better just jump on the train.
Helen, when you were playing in the afternoon, did you pay attention to morning scoring then?
Yes, I did. You had to. I mean, I was always somebody that looked at the leaderboard anyways, but you know, if it's birdies out there, then you know it's, well, I better just it's what everybody else is doing.
Co-leader slides that one past. Maybe a bit further than it looked from that initial angle, so work left for the American.
Very solid round from the set. The last birdie she made was on the 10, and then just the rest of the pars today.
She's since the 10th, she's had some good birdie opportunities, but hasn't taken advantage.
Good drive from Shibuno at the 4th hole.
I think that might just be my favorite golf swing right now. So simple and so natural. And it works.
a straightforward one. 3.5 feet, little left to right slider. Get the clubhouse at 8 under.
No problem though, and she started with 4 straight birdies today, Lizette Salas, then the other one that he was talking about at number 10, and an excellent round of 67, and Salas will be in contention heading into the weekend at the AIG Women's British Open.
Morgan presses to go 6 under if she can make this birdie putt. Oh, and it slips by. She's had a few today. I think she would love to see some birdies.
And up for par now at 17 to stay within 2 of the lead. Little right to lefter here. Well done. Good 2-putt. Just keeps things moving in the right direction, doesn't lose the momentum.
Lexi. Birdie on second. Pace is good.
She's got everything, hasn't she, except sometimes with the putter, if anything. It's the weak part of her game.
Oh dear. Asking it to go. She wants to get up on the hill there because she knows it could be a tough putt. You can see it in reach up with the she's not. Oh, it stops in the middle of the hill there. Run, run, run.
To the third, Hannah Green for birdie.
Following on virtually the same line as her playing partner, Fang, so she had the line right with the least, obviously that's a long way short. From the right.
See Charlie Hull working there in the left-hand side of your picture.
She marches around very briskly, businesslike all the time, bobs up and down, a lot of things going on. Gets a lot of help on the greens from her caddy too. Circle around. A bit like Bernard Langer, Terry Holt last week. A little dance they do. You can't be a great putter unless you can read the greens and pick the lines. You have everything perfect. If you can't see the lines, it's 0.1. It's uphill, it could be a little bit from the right, but not much. Three deep round this green, watch it. Ready to cheer.
Mara Utanigan for birdie on the first. Just starting her day. Stays at 5 under for the day.
She made a birdie at 4. Can she find another one at 5? Song Hyun Park. Within 1 of the lead. An absolute superstar back in Korea.
She lead for birdie. At the fourth, we know this has a little bit left to right. Similar putt to what Park made, and well, the Australian does as well.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pace. Very solid putt. It's a little bit easier when you dare to hit it for it to stay on line. You can see a lot of the putts that they miss is just due to lack of pace at the end. Shibuno for birdie. Here on 4. To go for an outright lead.
Yeah, this is for 3 birdies in a row.
Oopsie, oopsie. That was an oopsie. That looks like one of mine when my mind, travels.
Back on the tee. Hull.
Bit of a debate, what to get off the tee. 395 yards this hole. Dog leg from left to right, slopey fairway, slopes against the dog leg.
Well, she looked pretty content with that one. Oh, well, it looks like she got a good lie on it anyways. Well, the Swede, Anna Nordqvist, trying to get under par. This is for birdie. Just again, lost a little bit of pace at the very end.
Didn't draw the second drop. Well, a 3-putt bogey from absolutely nowhere for Shibuno.
Yeah, that was very odd, but it seems like he was so concentrated sometimes on the line that you forget to hit the ball. She took that with a laugh and a little smile.
So she's at 7 under par. After that bogey, briefly joined Lizette Salas at the top. Salas with around a 67. Bronte Law earlier today matching that bogey-free 5 under round. Charlie Hull with a birdie at 2, missed chance at 3. She's among the 6 unders, as is the ever so consistent Danielle Kang. Lovely stuff from Caroline Head. Disappointing opening round of 74, but much better out there today. Caroline Masson from Germany may well join her on the Solheim Cup team. Let's see, last 2 weeks to qualify for the European team, remember?
King here at 2. It's a similar line to what Charlie Hull had, a little bit closer on an upslope, which gives her a choice to take that amount out of play. Elevation on this shot. The first bounce is likely going to be right to left. 2 big shots to get it to this position on the par 5. That's what we like to see, the youngsters out. That's the future of golf right there.
I like that. I should have that here since you guys question me so often.
My wife designed that.
Oh, probably rightfully so. Lynn Boutier for birdie here on 17. It's going to come from her right to left. Did she give it enough? Did she give it enough? Oh, that was so close. I thought she had it.
Coming down the last, this is Spain's Carlota Ciganda. Smack in the middle of the fairway.
You can see such a difference when you hit that high as she does. You can go for the pins when you, instead of coming in with the wood on this kind of long par four. Here's trestle for par on 17. And she didn't really learn from Celine Boutier there. Just borrowed a little too much.
So coming off that bogey at number 4 from nowhere. This is Hinako Shibuno from Japan. 2 wins this year. One of them was considered a Japanese major.
Wow. I stand by my words now. I think I love her golf swing. I agree with them, actually.
Needs to be lucky though, doesn't it? That was a fortunate break for Shibuno as we head up to 18. Saganda.
Slightly different line, deeper into the green, but not a dissimilar putt to what Saganda, or this is Saganda, what Salas had. Just be careful about running it past the hole, be quick. Good line, good line. Is it going to get there?
She could easily have been 2 or 3 shots better than she is. Carla Sigurdsson, run of 3 straight birdies in the homeward line. It's a round of 69 for the Spaniards, and well placed for a weekend charge at the time.
Oh my God.
Here's Daniel Kang for her birdie. In the second hole. Didn't really chip it up as good as she probably wanted. The only good thing when you tip it past, you can actually see how it runs, so then you will putt back, but it's just lacking a little bit of speed.
That's better.
Charlie Hull is last to play. 138 yards, playing putts. But one's on the green, one's just over the back. So this green, this back portion, the back half of this green slopes away from you. Coming out of the rough, the ball's bound to release a little bit, so controlling the distance. Tricky, not a bad line.
And she's just it very well, so she sets herself up with a birdie chance. Let's hope she hits it a little firmer than Shibuno did.
Thompson, downhill second, out to third to a front left hole location. You can see the body language trying to move it in from right to left. And that's not a terrible miss. The golf is all about misses.
There are just some players that moves a little bit more than others after the finish the shot.
I don't really recall you being the stoic classic finish when you were watching your ball fly.
That's exactly my point.
This is the 5th hole at Min Ji Lee. Good start. Birdies in the last 3.
Great opportunity to attack this whole location. A little short right is the ideal position. Spin there, gets it back on the green.
That's a pretty nice putt from there, just a tad uphill.
Shibuno next.
I agree, Helen. That's a wonderful, flawless swing. Great balance. And a fantastic shot.
Rest my case. That's another beautiful golf swing, golf shot. if she can get that one back that she just lost. The back up in the tied for the lead.
Park. Birdie at 6 after a nice tee shot, and ooh, very good right there. Birdie's 2 out of the last 3 holes. Gets 7 under within 1 of the lead.
Yeah, she's starting to move through the gears. 1 or 2 more to come in her case.
They are lurking. They are capable of making birdies at any point in time.
It's looking back down the 18th. Celine Boutier applying her glove. She's made a long way back here. Some sort of rescue club required for her second.
Well, that is the toughest place to be really on this hole today, with the flag sitting on that little plateau, which makes that bunker shot just a little bit more difficult. Daniel Kang here off the tee on the 3rd, going at 6 under par. Absolutely perfect. How about that little sling around the corner? Pressel with her rescue club here on 18. A little too greedy maybe on the right side. That's where it kind of slips away from it a little bit. I just like somebody said that you have to be defensive to be able to be aggressive. I think that is so true for us golfers a lot of times.
Not difficult to see this one's down, excuse me, downhill. A little unlucky with her approach. It pitched just on the top of the hill. If it carried another yard, it would have definitely skidded forward and been very adjacent. So this is a slippery one. Won't find a faster putt than this today, I don't think.
Left arm Jack Nicklaus style there. Knew it was in, then hesitated a little bit, like, oh, is it going to get there? In the end, it did. Birdie's 2 out of the first 4 holes. Great start for Hall.
It's just looking very comfortable, very confident. Even if you judge speed.
Crap.
Just watch the left arm go up, and there's that little hesitation.
So bad, actually.
Good in the end, right in the middle.
Matchy with Caddy Joe today. Minji Lee. Never had a chance, really.
Yeah, that putt from the left of the hole there, we've seen everyone missing well to the right. Lexi.
Question today is whether or not you can give yourself short range putts. The greens being receptive. A couple of tucked pins as well, to be fair. Gonna walk away with a trio of opening pars.
Chibuna for birdie after his beautiful second shot on the par fifth hole.
Yeah.
The par four fifth hole, excuse me. Yeah, she get it right back. Goes back tight for the lead. Playing so well.
2 at the top now.
And we see her shot again. Absolutely perfect. Almost nailed it.
Pretty tardy little player. Hinako.
This is Celine for her bunker shot. It's a very tricky shot. Either you throw it all the way up there, which, well, I guess she had to prove me wrong.
I think she was on the face there from the way that came out. Yeah, there's a lot of rough around the edges. I don't know, it just seemed to fly off the club face. Hard to tell from where.
Yeah, but that was very nicely done.
Like a lot of players, going with a fairway wood off this shortish par 4. Which is on the left side of the fairway, just on driving distance, which you have to work the ball around, so it's a little easier to draw a 3-wood. And if you find the fairway where the flag is cut today, there's a birdie opportunity. I love watching Charlie, she always gets after it, it's not messing around. A bit like you, Helen.
I had an ex-boyfriend that said, if you're gonna miss it quick. You know, it's true though. The quicker you can do everything, the better it is. And the way she's doing it, I think she's getting more and more solid the more I watch her, and she's doing the same things. Morgan Pressel. To putt here. It was a little bit of a tricky putt because it was all the way down uphill, and it's kind of hard to judge the pace of that. You don't want to just give it a big whack either.
That would have been easier to chip. Maybe 12, 13 feet of fairway she had to putt off of, especially with an uphill line.
Fuck you.
Second shot. Danielle Ken. Already major champion. Currently 15th on the LPGA money list for the year. And much in part to 8 top 10 finishes. She played some incredibly consistent golf. 2 runner-up finishes. And a nice shot there.
I'm working with Butch Harmon in Vegas, so I'm just trying to clean up, stay 4 under here. Just nothing to this putt, just straight in, and she does it.
Just went out for a little bit of a walk around, and there are a surprising amount of people out there today, and not just in one spot. They're kind of plotted all the way around the golf course. Great crowds.
Par putt here, a little right to left swing to this one for Boutier to remain one behind the co-leaders. And nice round, good round. 66, bogey free. Of course, she holed that wedge shot in the 15th for an eagle 3. Well done. She has a win underneath her belt this year, where she got her first down in Australia, ISPSA and the Vic Open.
Shipuna here on the 6th hole. Drop the club where it could be. Yes, she dropped a little bit to the right, a little bit unlucky there, goes all the way down. Giving her a pretty tough shot.
One of clubhouse. One with a lot of golf left to play. 2 on 8 under in the second round of the AIG Women's British Open. Very low scoring first 2 rounds here in the last major of the year. I watched Nelly Corda with that nice 69 this morning. Saganda 69 as well. Both are at 5 and 600 respectively. Brooke Henderson, maybe a little bit of a disappointing 71. Morgan Presselin with a 71 as well. G. Lee featuring in our afternoon coverage here on this fantastic Friday with the sun out. Kang struggling today. She's 3 over par. 3 over par.
The late on for most players today, the 6th hole, playing 146 yards, pin over on the right. You can see that little slope. Is that going to keep on going? There is just a little lower plateau. Watch that. Stop it. Stay there.
Hannah Green's second shot from the bunker here on the 5th. Absolutely beautiful. Gives a chance to maybe about to even par.
Sometimes we're in the shadows of the clouds, and now we have this absolutely ultra bright sunlight. This greens of the different trees, it looks absolutely beautiful. Another tee shot from Charlie Hull. 113 yards to this pin right at the back of the green.
Get up.
On a little upslope. Breeze, well, not much of it. What there is off her left. Much to deal with under the tree line for certain.
She looks very confident. Is that the feeling you get to be when you're out there?
Oh, she's absolutely loving it. It's full of confidence. Absolutely striping the water. Very impressive. And the critical thing, she's holding a few nice putts. Into off the left breeze. Never that easy with a short iron on a soft green to get the ball back to the holes. It tends to dig in and spin back. To get close, you've almost got to land it past the flag, which would be daring. Little knockdown, shove forward, not too high.
She kind of came off there a little bit. I mean, I know she wanted to have an abbreviated follow through, but she just came off of it a little bit. Didn't cause too much troubles, just a little bit further away than she wanted.
Similar story here for Shibuno. Oh, beautifully played. Really nice. And it's almost, you can see down where she is, it's actually quite wet down there in that little collection area. So that was much more difficult than she made it look to clip that off the top of the grass.
I think the amateurs should watch it, how well these girls stay down. That's why they are so good at these short games and not trying to help the ball up or anything, but actually accelerate through it.
This was kind of a good pairing for Danielle Kang, and I say that because of kind of her mentality to play against and alongside Jennifer Kupcho. She kind of would have been sizing her up a little bit, you know, this young new talent out of America, and I feel like Kang's a player that would rise to the occasion, show her class. Not so much there, no.
No, just came off of it a little bit, just We just talked about staying down on it and how important it is, especially when you have putts that breaks, that you need to stay down. Opportunity to slip by for it.
So it did end up finding that little lower left plateau in the end. It's the danger. Using the left of this pin today means that she's got over a knee-high rise all the way up the hill here.
It was quite a bit of a rise. You can see how she had to hit it. She judged it beautifully though, as far as pace goes.
Downhill, double breaker, left to right, and then the last half of the putt. Turning from right to left, maybe a fraction more right to left because it slows. Just seeing a few dragonflies and butterflies fluttering around, so temperatures are certainly rising.
Is that a thing, Ken? Do they only come out when it's warm?
Yeah, yeah, the butterflies don't like it when it's cold and wet. Now it's got, the sun's got to be out generally. They will come out in the shadows if it's warm enough, but generally it's sun laving. There's a beautiful one going across the green there. Looks like a painted lady.
Ken's in his element.
In Charlie's endeavour to keep a bit of spin off the ball, she just got ahead of it. She wanted to hit it a little bit low, so when it got to the flag, it didn't spin back too much. And it's easy to just shunt them out to the right, particularly if the ball's below your feet.
There are a couple of favours straightening up at the end.
Buckingham Park for Eagle. Realistically, just trying to get down to 2. Lots of work left to stay up there. Ooh, just stays up in the top level.
Did she catch that a little heavy?
It
Off
sounded,
the toe?
I think it sounded like, because it never really had a pace. Lexi Thompson up and over here on the 4th hole. Birdie putt leaves her a testy, even more than testy, par putt.
Let's head over and say hello to the birthday girl, Marina Alex. Trucking along steadily. Ooh, that would have been to get to 2 under par for her round. Not to be. Presumably will stay bogey free, however. Having a badminton match at their place tonight to celebrate. Could be interesting.
Shimura cleaning up, remains at 8 under, tied for the lead.
Love this tee shot. Thread the needle down through a little shoot tree to the left and the right. Visually so stunning. You don't get much roll though once it hits the turf. That 250 there, all carry for Kane. Longer than she'd want, given where she was in 2. Sunghyun Park doesn't take advantage. Would have been for the 3rd birdie in 4 holes. She's always quite honest about how she feels in terms of her nerves and the responsibility she has to a lot of her fans that come out and about on tour. Huge fan club, 10 to 15,000 of them. Actually, they almost sound mildly hysterical when they follow her on the golf course. It sounds like a rock star, you know, that high pitched kind of noise.
Yeah, you could just hear when she missed that cut there. But Charlotte didn't. She made her part. But I think it's good sometimes to be honest how you feel. You know, it's much easier for people to understand you and treat you differently if you pretend like everything is great or even go away or whatever. I think you just say it how it is and then everybody can relate to much better.
And she is at 7 under par, the woman we're talking about, Sun Hyun Park. Currently 1 off the lead. I have to say, I think part of that is also the translators that are sometimes the middle person and they don't always translate everything verbatim, word for word. Every now and then, I think things get cleaned up along the way.
Which is good. I remember when we used to go to Japan, you would say stuff and then you have the interpreter saying it and everybody's like, really? So you're like, well, I guess you must have said it in the right way.
Well, you needed a middle person, Alfie.
I think so. The last set,
Maybe a couple.
there's 7th hole for Shibuno. She's electing to go on the left side, which is the side you really just lay up on. If you go on the right side of this hole, then you can actually go for it in 2. But
Minji up to play next. Another player from Perth, so we've got Hannah Green, Minji Lee from over the way. They actually share the same coach in Richie Smith, and a whole bunch of other players. Curtis Lux from over there, Min Woo Lee, Minji's younger brother, obviously, two from over west, and they're just driving each other. Even in the gym, they work out together every now and then. I think that punching way above its weight.
and I think that's quite important in golf because most of the time you're so on your own. And having had having had a friend in Sweden who was in a team sport and his son started to play golf and he said, you are so on your own. And he was used to being in a team sport. So if you can find somebody to go work out with and practice, I think it's easier even days that are tough.
And this, the aforementioned Green.
Plays a little downhill this par 3, pin on a very awkward spot. Anything leaking to the left goes into a hollow, anything short digs in. 148.
Oh yes. Just a little pepper on that flag.
That's a beauty.
A little deep. Yeah, a little deep. Fine.
That's on.
I was thinking a little late. I'm just thinking, do you not think Nine's just going to pitch in that box then? Come back a couple. Not quite full though. Got a bit of help now though. Off the tape, 140. We get another 4 out of it with the wind.
And it's 5 carat, that's it.
Yeah.
Only 2 carat.
Just a little late.
3/4.
Yeah, I like that.
At 100 full.
Yeah.
There's a wind.
Wind's helping off your left.
7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's good.
Ken, you're out of a job.
I know. The wind's out at 7 o'clock. A lot of instructions, not a lot of thinking yourself though, I don't think. Teeing up on the left side of the block, give her a set better angles. The tree that slightly overhangs on the right, if you push it, you could clank into it. Little 3/4 shot.
Really good shot there for Charlie.
Well, I think that was a good job over there for caddy as well, just sticking to a small 8 rather than a 9, and who will just spin back.
Topsy-turvy. Green at 8.
Correct.
163, probably a little grip 7. Don't go too far. She's so long. Stoneham Park. Just off the edge.
Okay, second shot on the 4th. That ball's going to move a little bit right to left from where Stan's looking. And she was thinking it's going to do it, but it just stayed up there.
It's meant to release kind of past that thing as well. It sat down quickly. Go figure.
That's a badminton player, Marina Alex. Pretty good golfer as well, and that's going to be a tap-in birdie to get within 3 of the lead.
Oh man, that would have been some birthday present.
She's just staring it down. Oh, it would have been so much more for all of us if that would have gone in.
It's a surefire birdie at least.
Great look at the par 5 7th hole, couple of fairways up there. Gives you lots of different choices. And it's this week's Aon Risk Reward Challenge hole. You can see, you go up the right,
Come on,
shoulder,
fuck
a
me.
little bit more precise tee shot required. You play it up the left, it's a sure layup. Anything in the middle, yeah, tree trouble.
Fuck.
And from that right side, you get a good shot at the green. From the left, it's not an easy layup. Do you lay it up on the plateau at the top, right there by the yellow, or do you go down in the valley, give yourself a blind shot? It's all about opportunity, insight, advantage. There you can see players going for the green in 2 and reaching it. Played at an average of 4.02 in the 2016 Women's British Open. 34% of the players made birdie that reached the green in regulation after laying up. So many choices. A great hole there, but that second shot from the right fairway, a very tough angle, a long carry over the valley. 5 eagles were made of the players that reached the green in 2. 6 made par after they 3-putted. 35 birdies. There you can see the leader, Leanne Pace, leads the way right now. You take the 2 best scores from each week in the Aon Risk Reward Challenge, and it's cumulative over the year.
This is Shibuno, her second shot on the 7th hole. Just laying up to her favorite number. Or not. She's taking a little bit of a strange line, I think. Or maybe, probably wasn't what she was thinking.
Potentially unintentional.
Potentially unintentional. You're right.
This is where Stoneham Park finished. So from up on the top of the ridge.
Just barely tapped them. We've seen this putt fool some players before, Kang, and she gets fooled as well. Shibuno left her putt from a slightly different angle, but down the hill, well short. You can only laugh. It's laughing at yourself. See Thompson, bit of tree trouble here. Should be some body language here, Helen.
Oh, yes. It looks like she's aiming just to the ticket tower. There she goes. She touched that beautifully. This is part of the game too that is very important. Get yourself out of trouble. Get back in it.
I feel like it's always good for players that don't have too many parts in this game with you. A lot of punch shots. If you're a swing that requires a lot of timing, something like long and languid like Segunda, every now and then you can struggle to square up the club face. And, it sounds straightforward, not always.
Tricky one to read is the whole way these things are spoke from back to front. If anything moves the opposite way, a little bit from left to right, easy to miss it on the right.
Finished 17th last time around this golf course back in 2016, so it wasn't a bad showing from Charlie, using her local knowledge pretty well this week as well.
Yeah, but I think she feels much more comfortable this year as we watch Yatana again trying to save her par. Dropping one.
The coach,
This year she looks so much more confident, as Brownie was saying, that everything just feels so much more smooth. She's been done it, and her family and everything in her life is so much more calm now, having been on tour for a few years. So then you can really enjoy actually being at home, because it is special to play in front of your friends and your family. And
Northwest's third shot for having laid up at the 7th. So the two players both already played their shots. See one in there close.
it's a little quick 9 maybe for Anna. This is no simple equation.
well, she stayed down so beautiful on that shot. It's sometimes so difficult, I think, when the ball is so far below your feet that you come up and you top it. But she did that very nicely.
Leading it this far short from the fringe. This one to stay 6 under par. It's a quick one down the hill. Left for a left to righter. Just hit it hard enough to hold the line. So in the end, a good par at the 4th. All pars thus far today. Behind the co-leaders, Salas, Shibuno. You can see confirmation. Shibuno through 6. Bronte Law, that nice 67 this morning, round of the day. That fabulous 66. Ashley Buhai, the overnight leader. She tees off at 2 o'clock. So we'll see a lot of her this afternoon. Saganda with a 69, a pair of 69s, being in the clubhouse at 6 under. Nelly Corda follows her 70 with a 69 today. 5 under. Morgan Pressel will be left a little bit out there in her 71. She's 4 under par. And Julie, 3 under par through 6 in her second round of the AIG Women's British Open.
I'm going right. I'm making a choice. I'm going right. If I hit a fade, those trees on the left, down the left-hand side, are in my eyesight.
Well, if we're going to talk about what we would do, I'd aim at the middle because I never hit it where I aim. I'd hit one of the 2 fairways.
Charlie's going left. Yep. Alfie, you going left or right when you step on that tee?
I would go right. I gotta have a big chance at it.
I would want to go right. I just never knew where it was going.
Yeah, well, that's right. See Charlie swing. Very, very steady. Quails very good over lower body.
Very nice.
Turns, drops it inside.
God damn it.
Really hits up on it. Gets up on the toes, but beautiful. So she gains all her power. Yeah. This is Anna for birdie. Looking to get on the par. No, she's not getting it this time either.
And it's Friday afternoon, we'd be remiss to not start talking about the cut line. Norquist taps this in for even par through 7 holes. Tied for 47. 1 over par right now is tied for 65th, which is right on the cut line.
This little fairway medal. No trouble there for Danielle King. Ooh, she gets the power bounce. Bounce on the right hand side. Can squeeze an extra 20 yards or so. Maybe Tisha. Shibuno. Birdie putt. Is at 8. She's giving herself some good chances, though. I think she's playing really, really well. She could definitely be a huge contender. Could be the first Korean Japanese to win a major. They still have to win a major.
G. Lee sizing things up here at the 7. Two birdies today, the second, the fourth. The second par 5 in the front 9, the 7th. Anything, this is probably just a little right to left movement, started just outside the right edge.
I'm glad you're not reading my putts.
Well, she started it more than just a little outside.
Just kidding. No, but it's,
I think she hit it where she aimed though.
well, she had maybe a little too much speed for that line. I mean, you have to make your mind up. Either the line, the break, or the speed.
Ideally both.
That's true, but you can take a lot of break out if you dare to hit it.
Were you an aggressive putter?
No, I wasn't chicken.
You were just trying to lag it up in case you missed?
Yeah,
Wanted the easy tap in?
yeah, exactly, but it was
No.
never my strength.
What happens when we grow older? Too much scar tissue.
This is a sitting duck, really, here for Sengyan Park. The only thing that makes it just slightly more complicated, the right foot will be above her left, so slightly downhill lie out of that first cut of rough.
Surprised how she aims a little too far left. She's trying to cut it from that line when you have your feet. I guess that people will have
Had a very interesting conversation with Inkyun Kim at dinner last night about Sengyan Park, and she said, in her words, she is pure athlete. She just is as good as it gets in golf.
well, you could see all her body movements and everything. She's so strong. This probably look worse than it is, wouldn't you say? Because you still have a big opening. You're just gonna lay up to a nice number.
It did look like she had an opening, but she's just laying up here, so she can get it up through that opening just above her head. Shouldn't be much of an issue.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm sure she's worried about is in her follow through. And he said, you're all right. This is just a push forward. Keep it out of trouble, get it back in play.
Yeah, and we see her score. She's in need of birdies if she wants to play on the weekend. And she stands at 3 over.
She opened with a 66 and 68 last time she was here, and then kind of tanked it really on the weekend with a 74 and a 75. It's almost like the tides have flipped if she can, like you say, book a weekend tea time. You always love those, don't you?
Exactly.
Hannah Green just laying
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
4-5 as well. You get choices. You want to lay it up back on the top of the hill where you can see the
Come
green,
on.
or go down in the more narrow area, closer to the green, maybe off a down slope to an elevated green. All about choices here at the 7th hole. The tee and the second shot.
Anyway, we'll kick it a little to the right when it lands as well. Need to factor that into the layout. Quite a narrow little zone down there.
Well, I think it depends on a lot where the actual pin is. You know, the pin is far back, it's 25 paces back, so you got a little bit green to work with, so you don't really have to see the bottom of the cup, I don't think. It's when the pin gets too close, and you're a downhill lie that makes it much tougher. We prefer to be a little bit more back. Shibuno, under 8th hole here, 163 yards. He's like a laser today. Maybe that was a little short, but he's just fired up and firing at the pin at the same time.
Another birdie opportunity coming for Shibuno, trying to take the lead on her own, but right now she's tied with Salas, who's in the clubhouse after a 67. Bronte Law had a 67 as well in the second round of the AIG Women's British Open. Defending champion Georgia Hall there. Pair of 69s. She's right in the mix. Danielle Kang. Par through 4 holes. 6 under par. 2 behind the lead. Marina Alex going along nicely. In Kim, even par through 9. 3 under par. Not really what she was looking for on another low-scoring day here at Woburn Golf Club. 10th time that Woburn has held the AIG Women's British Open. Of course, our colleague Helen Alfredson won the first time AIG Women's British Open was held at Woburn. It was held on the Duke's course. Cheyenne Knight, 1 under par through 60, getting that close to the cut line. Charlotte Thomas, we watched her warm up this morning. Or Felicity Johnson, 3 under par, 69, trying to fight her way back in there, but right now 1 spot out of the cut line. Currently even par by 1 spot, but that's going to bounce back and forth, and I think at the end of the day it'll probably be 1 over par. Amy Olsen, yet to tee off. Nod of the head on my peripheral vision. You don't think it's going to go to 1 over par?
I just think they're playing too well. Quite frankly, there's birdies galore out there.
Tough finish though, scoring average wise, and I think that'll play a part.
Yeah, tough back nine. Especially to do that. That wasn't the finest vintage of Danielle Kane. It's such a thin top layer of grass here. If you come in steeply, you just kind of scoop away a stake or two.
Park, who doesn't get it out of the hill, they're going to roll back in there. Just hangs on the edge. A bit of an error.
Okay. This is how things lie at the 7th. It's going to be Hannah Green up next, 152 yards.
I think it's already played her third from the left rough, and it's not close to the hole. Let's see if Green from the first cut can get a little bit closer.
Safely on. What a difference a year can make. This time last year at Lebanon, I was walking around with Hannah. She was in her rookie blues. She was a bit down about the golf, the struggle of the rookie year, having to learn all the new golf courses. We were talking about trying to change things for her, trying to you know, stay in a hotel one week, a house the next, housing the week after, just to try and keep herself fresh.
But it is a big difference now when you come out. And I think it is actually from where I played. We didn't have the teams, so we had to sort of socialize a little bit more. And it seems like the girls are now having their teams and it's better to do stuff together.
It's very interesting, you know, the conversation, because I like a routine. And so I wanted to do the same thing all the time. I wouldn't go from a hotel to housing or something like that. I would always want to do the same thing, no matter what it was.
beetje het beeld van de ochtendtraining. Biezerig. Maar we hebben wel 1 coureur zo'n intermediate zien rijden om die even in te scrubben. 1 rondje op de intermediate om het allernieuwste van die band af te halen.